What's up guys, it's Lord Botha here for another video, and with the Fantastic Four movie coming out very soon, we're still getting interesting headlines coming out about the movie.
No, God!
Such as this one right here from Culture Crave. Fantastic Four director Mark Shackman says Reed Richards was the hardest role to cast. Quote, he goes from being the nerdiest scientist who's locked away in the lab to the husband and father who'd do anything to protect his family, to the guy who's leading the Avengers. I don't know if he's dropping a spoiler there or not. I realized that the version we were building had to have all those elements. So you pick Pedro Pascal?
Not a great plan.
You pick the 50-year-old effeminate dude who's not married and childless, who uses anxiety as an excuse to be able to constantly be all over his co-stars and female friends in Hollywood physically, and not be Me Too'd for it. I mean, quite honestly, Pedro is the textbook one of those dudes that you knew in high school that pretended to be gay just so the girls would let their guard down and be super friendly with him, when in reality, he was usually a way bigger perv than most dudes. I think the Blabbering Collector's reply to this tweet pretty much says it all when it comes to Pedro and how he in any way fits this role that they were thinking about at all. And this came out right around the same time Anna, that Star Wars girl, posted this screenshot with the caption, "Bruh, this can't be real." And the screenshot is a picture from one of the trailers of Ben and Reed Richards stating, "Early screenings indicate that Reed Richards and Ben Grimm will have a romantic past that proves to challenge Reed during his new marriage and fatherhood."
Why are you gay?
I don't know where she got this screenshot from. I don't know if this is real. I don't know what news outlet it is. I literally searched for this thing, could not find it. But if this is real, if this is a real thing, and it's a little too late to dare Disney to actually do it and actually get results, despite the fact that they were doing reshoots and going through production up until about a couple weeks ago, which is wild to think about the movie releasing just a couple of weeks after you do reshoots. There's literally no time to actually make it look good in that process, I feel. Anybody will tell you that. So it's a little too late to demand Disney to do this out of just the sheer hilarity. But if they did do this just on their own, that's levels of bad that I can't quite express to you how bad that will come off.
'Cause we're boring! We're so f***ing boring!
If this is a real thing, then Disney have absolutely no idea what they're doing. If this is a real thing, they have learned zero lessons from their past mistakes. And the weird part is that from their new trailer, we actually learned kind of the story of this movie, and it creates a very good premise. The classic trolley problem of, would you kill one person to save four? Or in this case, would you sacrifice your own child to save the world? To be fair, we now know from that trailer pretty much the whole story, or at least the bare bones of what's going to happen. The Fantastic Four are going to be established heroes. You're going to see them defeating various foes, maybe not in a montage, but get kind of the gist of their heroics and their deeds. They're going to be celebrating. They're going to find out that Sue is pregnant and going to have a kid. Then Galactus and Silver Surfer are going to show up. They're going to go up to Galactus in their little space adventure, right? Try to negotiate with Galactus, apparently. He's going to tell them that he wants their kid to save the world. They're going to say no, run away. Then they're going to try to convince the world, apparently, and I guess the world's going to be completely behind them.
Why?
Even though it would make total logical sense that all the world and all the world governments turn against the Fantastic Four to give the kid to Galactus so they can save their own skins. And a lot of people who would believe in that philosophy would say that they're justified doing so. But that's not gonna happen in a Marvel movie. That's way too big brain and highbrow philosophy for Disney Marvel to do. Maybe at one time they could have flirted with that idea possibly, but not anymore. So what's going to happen is the world's going to rally around them, try to defeat Galactus. They'll fight Galactus, fail fighting Galactus.
And to make a long story short,
And then some, if not all of them, the Fantastic Four that is, will escape using probably some scientific bullshit device that Reed Richards invents to escape to another universe, and they're going to end up in the Golden Timeline universe. And that's probably where Doomsday is going to be brought in or start. Somewhere around those lines. It might be different variations or different little things changed in the plot, but my guess is that's going to be the plot of Fantastic Four from everything we've seen in the trailer. And again, that plot could work and actually be a pretty deep story. Unfortunately, I don't think Marvel is actually capable of doing that. And all these silly headlines leading into the movie just reinforce my opinion that they're not going to do it. And it's going to be a bad movie, full of contrivances, and full of stuff that just irks you. Like, for the instance, the big one, female Silver Surfer. And apparently Johnny Storm's desire to come out looking like Nicholas Hoult in Mad Max Fury Road with her. But I don't think this movie... It's just hard to tell. They could have something really good here. It's just I don't know if they can pull it off. And even if they did pull off something big brain or big philosophy like that, it still has female Silver Surfer. It's still Pedro Pascal as the lead. And even then, is he the lead? Because we've also heard articles and seen headlines that Sue Storm is actually the leader of the team. And Reed is just the face, right? I don't know how this is all going to play over. I think people are still going to go see the movie just because it's Fantastic Four and it's supposed to be the lead into Doomsday. And it's supposed to kick off this whole new phase of Marvel where they're basically pressing the giant reboot button, and people want to see the beginning of that. But because people realize it's the start of Marvel going back to characters we actually care about. Iron Man, Captain America, Thor. But those are just my thoughts on all this. If you have your own thoughts, go and leave in the comments. If you liked this video, go and like, share, and subscribe. If you didn't like this video, I appreciate you watching all of it, and we'll talk to you again later.